Right now, someone in your world is keeping a secret, something they would never tell you willingly. It could be a colleague hiding their real agenda, a partner concealing a truth, a negotiator bluffing their position. Secrets are currency, and while you're asking polite questions, intelligence operatives are extracting information like surgeons, clean, precise, and undetected. I've studied declassified CIA field manuals, Mossad interrogation frameworks, and KGB Cold War tactics. What you're about to learn are not theories. These are 8 field-proven psychological techniques used by spies to make people reveal what they never intended to share. This isn't about becoming a spy. It's about understanding how information is stolen from the human mind, so you can protect yours and see what others miss. Drop this in the comments right now. I see through silence. Number 1. The loaded pause. In interrogation rooms, the most powerful tool isn't the bright light or the threat, it's silence. Trained operatives use what's called strategic silence, or the loaded pause. Here's how it works. Ask a direct, calm question. Then stop talking. Do not blink. Do not fidget. Do not rephrase. Just wait. Most people cannot withstand more than 4 seconds of silence after a question. They will rush to fill the void. And in that rush, they reveal more than they planned. Why it works? Silence triggers social anxiety and cognitive discomfort. The brain interprets silence as a threat to social cohesion, prompting speech, any speech, to relieve the tension. In that moment, guardrails come down. The need to fill silence overrides the need for secrecy. How to use it ethically? When you need the truth, ask your question clearly. Then become a statue. Let their own mind betray them. Number 2. The false friend confirmation. This is a deception so subtle it feels like a collaboration. An agent will present a piece of information that is almost correct, but deliberately wrong in one key detail. People have a powerful psychological urge to correct others. It makes them feel smarter, more informed. So when you say, "So the meeting happened at 3 p.m. in the main conference room, right?" If it actually happened at 2:30 in the annex, they will almost reflexively correct you. No, it was 2:30 and we were in the annex. You've just extracted 2 pieces of hidden data without asking for them. Why it works? Correcting someone activates the brain's reward system. It feels good. Spies exploit this pleasure impulse to bypass conscious secrecy filters. Field example. During Cold War debriefings, agents would misstate minor details about a location or timeline. Defectors would eagerly correct them, often revealing classified logistical patterns in the process. Number 3. Narrative scrambling. When people lie, they rehearse. They prepare a story in chronological order. Their brain stores that lie as a linear script. So intelligence interviewers use temporal dislocation. They ask the person to tell the story backwards, or start from the middle, or focus only on sensory details, like, what did you smell at that moment? When forced to reorder a fabricated narrative, the mental strain increases exponentially. Liars slip. They hesitate. They contradict. Truth-tellers, however, can navigate the story from any angle because they're recalling, not performing. How to detect deception? Ask someone to recount events in reverse order. Watch their eye movements. Listen for sudden pauses, over-explaining, or emotional detachment when describing key moments. Number 4. The illusion of intimacy. This isn't about building rapport. It's about building dependency. Skilled operatives use mirroring, not just of body language, but of emotional tone, speech pace, and even vocabulary. They listen for emotionally charged words the subject uses, and then reflect those same words back later. When someone hears their own emotional language mirrored, their subconscious registers the operative as like them, a psychological ally. Defenses lower. Why it works? The brain's medial prefrontal cortex activates more strongly when we perceive someone as similar to us. This triggers trust chemicals like oxytocin, even in high-stakes scenarios. Real-world application. a negotiator mirroring a hostage-taker's phrasing. You feel betrayed by the system, don't you? Suddenly, it's not an interrogation, it's a conversation between understood allies. Information flows where commands would fail. Number 5, the two-choice trap. Never ask a question that can be answered with yes or no. Instead, frame questions with two specific alternatives, both of which give you intelligence. Did the package arrive by car or by foot? Was the payment in crypto or traditional wire? Even if they refuse to answer, their micro-expressions, eye movement, or hesitation when one option is said can reveal the truth. Skilled observers note which alternative causes a physiological reaction, a slight pupil dilation, a blink, a shift in posture. Why it works? The brain cannot help but process both options internally. That internal processing often leaks through nonverbal channels. It bypasses the higher cortex, where deception is controlled, and taps into the limbic system, the brain's truth-telling center. Use this carefully. This technique is powerful in business negotiations, interviews, or any time you need to uncover direction without direct questioning. Number 6, the confession ladder. Interrogators never begin by asking for the big secret. They start with small, seemingly harmless admissions. Have you ever broken a small rule to get something done? Have you ever exaggerated a little on a resume? Once someone admits to something minor, they've stepped onto the confession ladder. Psychologically, they've already broken the seal of total secrecy. Each small admission makes the next one easier because the brain rationalizes, I've already admitted something, what's one more? This gradual escalation is how intelligence agents extract significant secrets from resistant subjects. Why it works? It leverages cognitive dissonance reduction. Once someone starts confessing, continuing feels more consistent than stopping. Ethical guardrail. Use this only in contexts where uncovering truth serves safety or justice, never to manipulate or shame.
Number 7, strategic overload. The brain can only focus on so much at once. Intelligence handlers will sometimes ask rapid-fire, emotionally varied questions while introducing mild environmental distractions, a ticking clock, a flickering light, a distant noise. Where were you Tuesday? Did you feel nervous? Who else was there? Was it cold in the room? The subject's working memory becomes overwhelmed. In that state, they often revert to truthful, automatic responses because lying requires more cognitive bandwidth than truth. Why it works? Under cognitive load, the brain prioritizes survival efficiency over narrative consistency. Truth is less taxing. Civilian adaptation. In a tense conversation, introduce a subtle distraction, a pen drop, a glance at your watch, right before asking the critical question. Watch how the answer becomes less rehearsed, more raw. Number 8, the assumptive prime. This is perhaps the most psychologically advanced technique on this list. Instead of asking if something happened, the operative speaks as though it did and focuses on the details around it. What did you feel right after you accessed the file? Walk me through your reasoning for choosing that moment to leave. This frames the conversation within the assumption of guilt or action. The subject's brain is forced to engage with the scenario as real. Often, they will inadvertently confirm the assumption while trying to contextualize or explain it. Why it works? It bypasses the denial reflex entirely. The mind doesn't get the chance to say, I didn't. It's pushed directly into, here's why. Powerful, but dangerous. This technique can feel manipulative. Use only when you have strong reason to believe an event occurred and you need to understand motives or details. Let's be clear. Knowledge is power, but ethics is wisdom. These techniques are not for casual manipulation. They are for protection, for recognizing when they're being used on you, for uncovering truth in situations where truth is being hidden to harm, for navigating a world where information is the ultimate currency. You now have a lens into the hidden playbook of human intelligence extraction. Use it to guard your mind. Use it to listen, not just to words, but to silence, to correction, to hesitation. Use it to see the invisible strings pulling conversations in the shadows. Final affirmation. Drop this in the comments. I detect what is unsaid. Remember, the most valuable secrets are not found in locked rooms. They're found in unlocked minds. And now, you know how they're taken. Protect yours.